You want to know what the first thing that I ever did online was? I went to keyword WWF on AOL, went to one of those chat rooms, and there was a host in there, which host was what AOL called mods. And I saw them yelling at somebody for scrolling, which don't fucking scroll. Please don't scroll, because like that's like the only rules I have on here. But you know, you just like type in the same shit over and over again. So she was yelling at somebody for doing that in keyword WWF. So I said, oh no, it was for polling. Excuse me, polling, which is where you like press 1 if blah 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 blah, press 2 if blah blah blah. That's what she was yelling at them for. So I said, press 1 if host is a bitch. And I got disconnected within like 5 minutes of me having the internet ever. So wrestling is very intrinsically tied to my internetness, and that's kind of what we're going to go into now. I want to talk about e-feds, but I want to get into all the other stuff because, you know, the rise of people doing AOL or using the internet in general, it kind of, at the point where AOL started doing monthly instead of hourly and a ton of people started to sign up, it just happened to rise with the Attitude Era, the peak of wrestling's popularity. Anyway, guys, let me see who's in here. GBA, God's Teeth one. Oh yeah, I had a subscriber during when I was just getting set up. Josh something earlier came and subscribed, so thank you, Josh, if you are in here for that sub. I definitely did have the 14.4 BPS modem too, Insane Mal. And then I got the 56K upgrade, and, you know, I honestly, from 14.4 to 56K, I was never 100% sure that I could tell the difference. And thank you, the Hugbot, for the sub. So I definitely want to look at a few things like South Park wrestlers and E-Feds. Honestly, the E-Feds, it's something that I can go to over and over again. Because there's... as many have disappeared with the times, or disappeared because nothing on AOL is backed up, it's something that there's still so many of them out there. Actually, some current ones, there's still people doing that, believe it or not. What up, ALMAO? Baron von Brunk, like 1997 or so, my older sister had a Smashing Pumpkins fan site with Angelfire. Bands are something I definitely want to go into with this. Thanks for the sub, Insane Mal. And something I also kind of wanted to get into before going into the E-Feds was that there were a lot of different kinds of E-Feds. Like, the very first kind is probably the least common kind, where you would go into the chat room and type, like, the moves you're doing faster than somebody else, and you would... like, an example, you would be like, oh, body slam, punch, stone cold stunner, pin, and then a guy playing the ref would do 1, 2, 3, you would have your chance to kick out. That wasn't as common. I saw a bunch of those on AOL, but not so much. What I saw the most of were RP variants, like ones that would have dice rolling, kind of, where you would roll the dice in the chat room and see if your move lands and things like that. And then probably what we're going to run into a lot today is the purely role-playing ones, where a lot of the times the structure is you would have two guys basically write wrestling promos against each other, and the person who wrote the better promo would be picked the winner by whoever's judging it. But that's more or less how it was. Oh shit, ALG hype. Yeah, the Hugbot. For those of you who don't know, which is probably like the vast majority of you, probably everyone except for you, except for the Hugbot, it was Ant Live Games, a gaming quiz chat room from Ant Online, Antagonist Inc. rather, which was the AOL gaming site. I really, really badly want to do a video about Ant, but the thing about AOL is that nothing is archived the way regular websites are. It's just all gone. I mean, there's probably some remnants of it sitting on a hard drive somewhere. I don't exactly know how AOL keywords worked or shit like that. But anyway, let's get into some of this internet looking at shit. Yeah? Hell yeah, thanks for that host, Bastard Folia. Let me switch out of the studio mode so I look at regular browsing here. Make the chat nice and big for me to look at. And away we go. Alright. First thing I want to look at, because the EFEDs are going to be like the deeper part, I want to look into the South Park wrestlers. Because that was another thing that kind of coincided with that. You had a lot of, the peak of South Park kind of peaked with the peak of wrestling. Well, let me not say the peak of South Park, because like, South Park still does pretty well. It's probably maintained its following better than wrestling did. But all that shit kind of just came together. Wrestling and South Park and early AOL internet. Alright, South Park wrestlers, they're showing us like the episode of South Park that had wrestling in it. So, wait, of course, South Park wrestlers Angelfire. That'll get us what we're looking for. Remember the Palace chat room with South Park actors? Alright, Mac Daddy's South Park wrestlers. That sounds like a winner. Alright, so we got, who we got? We got, oh, it's just, oh, what's happening here? Alright. I be Ahmed Fu? Oh man, like, this is like some MS Paint here shit. Alright, so these are unlike any South Park wrestlers I've seen before. But they're also gonna have pop-up ads that come up every fucking time. See, what would happen a lot is you would have a lot of South Park wrestlers that you would just kind of see the same ones all over, but then you have some guys who are like, I'd make the best South Park wrestlers. So it was Dan Severn, D-Lo. It's kind of making like a war sound. You know, there's not that much to it though. I need somebody that's giving me a little bit more with his South Park wrestlers. Do you know the Google search tags to get better results? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, South Park wrestler section, another Angelfire one. Alright, South Park wrestler section. This section is owned by Gangrel. If you have any comments, email me at the address at the bottom of the page. Do use these South Park wrestlers on your page without giving credit to Rui or Kenny's crib. I made this section so that South Park wrestlers can be available for everyone. We got a... Oh, Jesus Christ, these pop-up ads on everywhere today. I made this section so South Park wrestlers can be available for everyone. We got a true man of the people here. Like a fucking Robin Hood of South Park wrestlers. The latest South Park pictures are at the top. The ones at the bottom are a little bit older, so we can kind of see a brief history of the evolution of South Park wrestlers. It gives credit to the creator right on the picture. I now have linked my site to the creators of the South Park wrestler sites at the bottom of this page to give them more credit for their great work. Alright, so this Hollywood Hogan's going to be the most... Oh my god. Papa Bad... the Big Bad Wolf. I don't remember that being an actual legitimate Hulk Hogan thing. Alright. There's not... Unless that's the creator of it, I'm guessing. I honestly, like, I was doing this in an incognito window, but I might just have to switch because, like, these pop-up ads, like, they weren't happening when I was doing the Saved by the Bell one. But I guess it's happening a lot now. So I'm going to switch it over. Okie doke. Alright, this one... Oh, actually, I guess people on Something Awful kind of had the same idea. South Park... Oh, we got a tripod link? What? We got a rare tripod link. See, I didn't think that, we would, I didn't realize there would be any tripod sites left. I thought tripod was just gone. And oh, here we have like this is like the hub of South Park wrestlers here. We got Aaron's South Park World, South Park wrestlers on Angelfire, South Park wrestlers from Rutgers University, accredited South Park wrestlers. Alright, some of these have a little extra stuff. We have Real Video, which we're not going to be able to watch. I don't think Real Player would still work on anything. Beefcake, featuring the South Park Information Center, Sound Archive, and Info Gallery. Different sort of South Park site. The East Coast versus the kids from the show. Who's the East Coast? I guess we're not gonna know. Alright. Jimbo's Shooting Gallery. See, a lot of these are like GeoCity, SimpleNet. That shit's not around anymore. South Park Ate My Balls. Damn. See, this is the problem we didn't run into with the Say About a Bell sites. A lot of dead links. There are some dead links, but not as many this time. South Park Central. Alright, so like this one is kind of like too much of like a generalized South Park site. Do another page, and I guess we'll get into the eFeds, because it seems like a lot of thanks for the sub, Omen Sloth. Oh, it's your old pal straight out of context with a new name. Huh. Guess a lot of those are just like not really around, eh? What's this one? Damn, still indexed. Alright. Let me think. What's a good one that I could like... I guess let's start with the basic. eFed. No, not South Park Wrestler. eFed. What up, Woodling thing? Glad you're getting in for your first stream. Perfect. My homepage. Oh, okay. So this right here is one of those lists. This, before you had like a lot of site aggregators, you would have us, you would have like these kinds of things here, where people would just submit their site to whoever's maintaining the list, and there would be this kind of thing where they would rank them by how much traffic they're getting. This was basically like how you were gonna find this was how you're gonna find any kind of website that you're gonna look at that's aggregating user submitted content. Alright, so let's Extreme World Fighting. Hey, my Fed has been updated. It has a new layout and everything. It's the best eFed around. It's only just open, please. Come visit. I know you'll like XWF. And XWF has 18,613 clicks. So let's do it. XWF. Big fluffy dragon. I hope this stream doesn't hurt your... Oh, XWF is defunct. Let's see. You know what? Let's see if Internet Archive has the XWF. Extreme World Fighting. Oh, you know what? This is like, it's not the actual fucking link. It's got like that outbound kind of link. Alright, let's... Oh, you know what? No, I don't think any of these links are going to work because it's all on this fucking Hypermart thing that's going to redirect to nothing. Damn. So these just like, these sites are all like out there floating in the abyss. Is there any other links down there? No. Huh. Alright, let's try this one. What is an eFed? Well, here we go. I gave you my explanation of what an eFed is, but let's have one from the people of this fascinating time that we're exploring right now. What is an eFed? An eFed is an online fantasy wrestling federation. The wrestlers will be booked into a match on an upcoming card. Then each wrestler will try to out-roleplay his or her opponents. Roleplaying is when you become the character and write in their manner. For example, if you joined an EFED as The Rock, you would use his lines and mannerisms in your roleplays. A roleplay is the same as a promo. So here is an example roleplay. Alright, that's going to be the good stuff, the example roleplay. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, The Rock waltz out in a Team Bring It t-shirt and his pair of leather pants with the Brahma Bull belt. The crowd stand on their feet and cheer, bringing the roof down. Various camera flashes go off and hands are extended for the people's champ to slap. He walks arrogantly down to the ring and gets thrown a mic. He raises his lips, but before he can speak, Rocky, 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 Rocky. Rock holds up his hand. Crowd goes silent. Finally, The Rock... oh wait, he's saying his line. Why did I say it all shitty? Finally, The Rock has come back to New York City. Crowd goes nuts. Now you see next Sunday, live on PPV, in front of The Rock's millions, crowd, and millions of fans, The Rock is going into a 5-way match, and The Rock is going into... Hell yeah, thanks for that donation, Film Oddities. The Rock is going into a 5-way match, and The Rock is going into... The Rock is gonna... Wait, what? The Rock is going into the 5-way match, and The Rock is going into The Rock... is going to be Triple H's candy ass, Stone Cold's candy ass, Undertaker's candy ass, and Y2G's candy ass assess. Now The Rock hasn't come down here to state the obvious, to tell everybody what they already know, but to prove that The Rock is not only the most electrifying man in sports entertainment today, not only the ex-WWF champion and the People's Champ, but to prove that The Rock is... and The Rock guarantees it, the coolest thing since the other side of the pillow. That's totally a thing The Rock would say. I'm the coolest thing since the other side of the pillow. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, Rock's music hits again as he leaves the ring in the arena. That was the sample promo of, you know, how if you want to be the ex-WWF champion, how to succeed at wrestling. Then you can add color, pictures, and sounds to the roleplay if you wish. The above roleplay is quite poor. The above roleplay is quite poor in quality, but will be quite sufficient in a lot of EFEDs. Roleplays can also be in the form of interviews, backstage confrontations. In most EFEDs, you cannot attack someone unless you have their permission to do so, but there are a few exceptions to this rule in some places. Another good way to roleplay is to set up a site with Angelfire or GeoCities and make web pages for your roleplays and provide a link on the roleplay board. The roleplay board is usually a message board, which can usually accept HTML cookies. Anyway, if you out-roleplay, do better than your opponent, you will get a win and become champion or whatever. This is not the case if you are a jobber. A jobber is someone who has pissed off the Federation's president so much that the president has said, you will lose all your matches in the future even if your opponent doesn't roleplay. Jobbing can last a week, month, year, even a lifetime, depending on how much the prez got pissed off. I hope this page gave you useful information on what EFEDs are and how they operate. Some EFEDs can be found by going to my links page. Alright, hopefully this isn't one of those redirects that is completely broken. Alright, so we got the AWF, an EFED I have been associated with for some time now. It's where I was supposed to start out, but instead things changed. Superb results. Brilliant roleplayers and excellent storylines. The AWF is definitely one of the best around. Oh, I didn't even read his name. Welcome to the extreme one, Martin Shanks' link page. WWF.com. What can I say, really? The site for the biggest federation in sports entertainment today. WFS, the whole effing show, another EFED I have been in. I love that he put, like, the actual WWF between two random fucking EFEDs. the Atypical Wrestling Federation, the whole effing show, and WWE.com. Alright, well, let's see how the Atypical... Oh, it's like GeoCity. It's probably not going to work. Yeah, no good. Broken. Whole effing show's an Angelfire. We might... Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. And we got that nice ad there for CashSurfers.com. We get paid for surfing the web. Oh, man, that's just like... Quick aside about that. I remember Cash Surf... I don't remember Cash Surfers specifically, but I have an idea of what that probably is. So, for a period of time, late 90s, early 2000s, you had all these little things where you could basically put ads on your computer while you browse, and they're just like your ads, you get paid for looking at them. I tried it a few times. You would literally get like fucking pennies because, you know, it's fucking essentially you're getting the payout for looking at one ad per every few minutes. Not worth entirely too much, and if there's a payout limit, you're never gonna fucking reach it. So essentially, the companies that did this made bank, and you didn't make shit. The whole effing show. This Fed started in June of 1999. You're right, this is the 10-year anniversary, more or less. We just passed it. We're closing in on 20-year anniversary. Wow, I can't count. Yeah, where's it? 20-year anniversary of the WFS. The illustrious WFS. And at the time, they're closing in at 5 years, so this has been abandoned for 15 years. This is online urban exploration at this point. New people, that's us. We're new people. Please make sure you read the rules and follow the rules. All matches are posted on the top of the roleplay board. Also, all new people are listed here too. You will not be added to the rosters until you have your first match. And please only those who are serious about joining the Fed. I do get a lot of people joining that never roleplay. To all the visitors to the WFS, please show some respect by not placing ads on your websites on my roleplay board. The roleplay board is strictly for roleplaying. You'll only waste your time as well as mine. I delete all ads placed on my roleplay boards. Alright, so let's start with the rules of the Fed. No racial or sexual remarks of any kind. Will not tolerate it. You can still get your point across without them. You'll be fired on the spot. No attacking or using no attacking other wrestlers or using them in the roleplay board without their permission. All roleplaying stops between 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the night of the event. That means any roleplay that has passed will not count no matter what. The roleplay board has a running time. There's nothing too crazy in the rules. Nothing worth really looking at. Let's look at the sign-up form. See if there's anything in here. What kind of finisher is your wrestler's move? A cock-out move? The Joey Ryan Federation? What is your wrestler... Wow. What is your wrestler's element? Now, before you do this, if you sign up as a heel, you do get extra moves. All are illegal moves. Face, neutral, or heel. Submit it. Alright. Oh no, it's gonna send me to a broken site. Alright, stables. Wraths of the Ring. Featuring Death, Riot, and Suicide Kid. Jobber Squad. Dustin Jobber, Christian, Mr. Thursday Night, and Thermo Man. Alright, hopefully we get a little bit of biographies. No, alright, so the number one guy in this Fed is Dustin Jobber. Pretty ironic, I guess. All title are open to all genders except the women's world title. And the same goes for the men's world title. And at the time of the abandonment of this federation, the men's world title was held by Death. Intercontinental Champion Rick Thunder. U.S. Vacant. Very illustrious career for Vacant. Whole effing show champion was Shelton Benjamin. Hardcore Rick Thunder. European Echo. World Tag Team Rick Thunder and Stevie Blaze. Women's World Tori. That's another thing that happens in these. You'll have a lot of federations that are a mishmash of actual wrestlers and made up wrestlers. Alright, I don't want to look at the things that are just lists of names. Let's see if we can find any of the good role plays or storytelling. Oh, here we go. The Hall of Shame. Cass. This person decided to take his role plays too far. His role plays were of bad taste and poor quality. After being asked to tone down, he decided to reveal a storyline that 2 other wrestlers were working on. Then after he accused me, the Prez, of favoring certain wrestlers in the Fed. Well, this Prez doesn't take no shit of no one and doesn't favor anyone. So he was fired. I think he was bitter because of his poor roleplay skills. He couldn't win a match. But still, he wastes his time putting up useless roleplays on the board. Now I'm curious about Cass's roleplays. Hopefully that's still, that board is still working. Number 2, Chris Jericho Wannabe. Here was a person who decided that he would post absence messages and put other people's names to the messages. Little did this person know that the IP number gave him away. He was quickly fired. He then threatened to have the site shut down. Saying his uncle... Thanks to the host Cinemassacre his life. Saying his uncle had a friend who... Alright. Chris Jericho Wannabe got kicked out of the Federation, and he said he had an uncle who ran Angelfire, and he was going to get the site shut down. But like Cass before him, he needs to grow up. A real crybaby. Well, threats don't scare me, or the WFS. Former Chris Jericho, ha 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 ha, ha ha. AJ Styles. Thanks for the cheers, big fluffy dragon. AJ Styles. This poor fool couldn't make it in the WFS. So what does he do? He decides to quit. Fine, no problems. Happens all the time. But then this guy decides to post a little message on the OOC board talking about how this Fed sucks. Fine, I was gonna let that go too. But then I think he complained about people telling him off for saying this Fed sucks. Well, that was the last straw. He is now officially in the Hall of Shame. Damn. Took it too far, now you're in the Hall of Shame. He just as bad as the 2 dummies list above here. And here's what he typed. Tell me what he is saying. Oh yeah, when I quit I get a foil of shit hurled at me. But when someone else quits is good luck. This is no lie. This is what he typed. Alright, let's... Hopefully, we can find this board. Now I gotta see where's the board. We got the roleplay. Oh no, it's... Alright. Let's see it archive. Maybe it'll be here. Oh! Got something. Yes, art. Here's the roleplay board. What I'm really looking for in here is something from Cass. I want to look at these Hall of Shame people. See how far back it goes. So we got Rick Thunder, the illustrious Rick Thunder, who's winning everybody's shit. Alright, you know what? Before we do this, I want to, like, Rick Thunder has so many titles in this federation. Let's look at his amazing role plays. Alright, Who Wants a Match Fix Friday? A Challenge by Mr. Thursday Night. Everyone read. Oh, wait. Unknown Future. Is this the end? Is this where the This federation came to an end. Unknown future. Posted by Mr. Thursday Night. On August 7th, 2004. Alright, I know this is an OOC, but I thought I would put it on this board. My computer has problems. I have no idea how I am on the internet right now, but for some reason, it let me on. I will stay with the WFS for as long as my computer will let me. So if I disappear out of nowhere, remember, it is only because my computer is dying. But for now, MTN is back. Is that the last post ever here? This is the time right now, February 4th, 2000. That was the very last post for the WFS, the whole effing show Wrestling Federation, was Mr. Thursday Night talking about his computer problems. That's a hell of a way to end this, the 5-year illustrious run. And that was a week after Widowmaker, the VP, who wants a match next Friday. By Christian. I will take on, Echo. Wow, we're like watching the collapse of this federation in reverse. Thanks to the host, Tolk 4. Is Echo still around? Shelton Benjamin, I guess. I think if I want to prove myself more than I already have, then I will go against Death. Title versus title. I'll try... Well, I could always go up against Rick Thunder. I just saw that MTN and Death have a feud going, so never mind the post above. So I guess I will take Rick Thunder, title versus title. That's cool. Bring it on. Alright, Mr. Thunder, lol. I'm ready. But as you can see, the match, I guess, didn't happen. Let's go back and go a little deeper here before it really fell apart. Excuse me. Oh, Omens, you know that like half, not even half, I would say probably 75% of guys who are pro wrestlers now, especially indie wrestlers, definitely were doing this shit. There's just no way they weren't. Wait, why Twitch? What did Twitch do? Did I miss something? Is the stream fucked up? Wait, did Streamlabs fuck? What happened? Oh yeah, you know Great Black Otaku definitely was an E-Fed guy. He had to have been. I could just sense that in him. Alright. Everyone Read by Widowmaker. I'll put my AC. Okay, and this is the VP now. This is July 4th now. It's like the summer of 2004, I guess, is where this federation started to collapse. Okay, I took some time off. And now I see the Prez isn't around. Internet problems, so I did the results. They are posted. I will get this place running again. I need to know who is still around. Alright. So it's that point we got people checking. You got Rick Thunder, Mr. Thursday Night, Echo, Luna / Christian, Death, Dawn of a New Era. That was a week before that post. It's been very quiet lately in the WFS, since the sudden disappearance of the Prez. Things have almost come to a standstill. Thanks to the cheers, Big Fluffy Dragon. Then suddenly, as people are at their homes, watching some TV, their show is interrupted. On the screen appears the WFS World Heavyweight Champion, Death. He has a smirk on his face as the camera focuses on him. Then it slowly pans out and shows Tori sitting by his side, and Jessica playing at their feet. Death. Well, it does seem that I, your world champion, has taken some TV time from you all. I'm sorry you are missing The Simple Life, or whatever pathetic show it is on the air right now. Well, actually, I'm not sorry at all. You see, people, I have a message to make. I have a statement that has been held inside me for too long. Recently, it has been brought to my attention that I have no humor in my promos. Humor? Do I look like a funny guy? Do I look like someone who is making fart jokes and trying to act like a damn retard? No. So why would someone point that out to me? For what reason should I be funny? None. You see, I've heard what a lot of people said about me. That I'm washed up. That I have no real skills. That I can't talk my way out of a room with blind people. Wouldn't the blind people be able to hear you better, so it would be harder to talk yourself out of the room with them? I don't know. I've heard it all, and this is my response. Bleep you all. Sure, I might not be the funniest guy in the block. Sure, I might not have a camera crew follow me around, watching me do the laundry or wash the car or whatever else these other jackasses do. No, I go to the ring or talk to an interviewer and say what I have to say. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't beat around the car or... Oh, no, never mind. That's me, like, fucking doing some weird, fucking dyslexia reading there or some shit. I don't beat around the bush. No, I just plain say what needs to be said, and guess what? It works for me, and it has worked for some time. Yet I feel my time with the WFS is almost up. Death can only do so much around here. He can only push people so far before even he snaps. That being said, I will address my retirement. Death goes quiet for a moment and looks into Tori's eyes. He then smiles deviously at the camera. Death. Fools! There's no retirement for me. Oh, what a swerve. No, but I do feel that death isn't the answer anymore. I've been deaf so long, and he has been the source of some real evil around here. The anti-hero, as you must say. The guy so bad, everyone loves. But with that evilness comes my other half. The dark side of me, who waits to get out of my head and control my body. The one who does the mass killings, and what have you. So yes, in a way, if this RP was like now, like, you couldn't have wrestling fans now, I guess, because this guy would be like on a fucking incel shooter watch list. So yes, in a way, death will retire, but I will still be around, kicking ass and taking names. I still have a few goals left before I finally hang up the boots for good. That being said, I will no longer call myself Death. Instead, you're looking at the future of the WFS. The real hero for the fans. And now the enemy for you all. The WFS knew to fear death, but I'm a much bigger threat. Now, I shall be known as Onslaught. And we shall let the slaughter begin as soon as the WFS is back on track. Tori, if you don't like that, too damn bad. And the crowd goes nuts for his catchphrase. The image goes off, and two smiles at the camera. Everyone's TV goes back to their show they were watching. The question in everyone's mind is, will this name change mean a new personality? And will this bring new life into the man now known as Onslaught? Of course, he never posted again after that. Like, not even in his own thread. Oh, that wasn't his own thread. The next one is God Bless America, Ol Reed. Also, out of character, Happy 4th of July to all you Americans by Echo. People mentioned Slash, Rick Thunder, Death, Christian, and Mr. Thursday Night. The scene opens up to the backstage area. The cameras focus on the doors that lead from the parking lot to the backstage/locker room area. The door opens to show none other than Echo. The crowd pops as they see the arrival of their beloved European champion. He wears a white Echo logo shirt, baggy blue jeans, and he carries a black WFS duffel bag over his left shoulder. And like always, his European title is draped over his right shoulder. He continues to make his way down the corridors as the scene fades to black, and WFS goes to a short commercial break. Why? Yeah. Even in your fantasies, you have commercial breaks. The scene fades back into the jam-packed Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri. The fans are on their feet as the WFS theme music continues to blare throughout the arena. Michael Cole. As you fans seen before the commercial break, the European champion Echo is back. Taz. That's right, Cole. After a few weeks off, Echo is back and in action. Michael Cole. Where do you think he was this whole time, Taz? Taz. Well, Cole, if you paid any attention during the commercial break, a commercial came on advertising the Fear Factor featuring 5 of our WFS wrestlers. One of the... Oh, God, please tell me Joe Rogan is in this roleplay. One of them being Echo, who I would like to add won the game. And the winner of Fear Factor gets a cash prize of $500,000. And instead of keeping it for himself, he donated his winnings to charity. This is some great fucking exposition, guys. Michael Cole, if I may steal a quote from the Fear Factor host, the person who wrote this roleplay doesn't know that Joe Rogan hosts Fear Factor, I think. So he just calls him the Fear Factor host. But you know in your hearts that Joe Rogan is in this roleplay. Evidently, fear is not a factor for Echo. Ha ha ha. Taz. Cole, just be quiet. Just then, a voice comes over the PA system. Voice. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but B asterisk TH ain't one. 99 Problems by Jay-Z blasts through the arena. As Echo steps out from behind the curtains, coming out to his new entrance music, he wears the same clothes that he was wearing when he entered the arena. I like how half this guy's statements in his roleplay are about the Echo clothing that he's wearing. I guess that's part of the gimmick, though. He literally fucking named himself Echo. He stops at the top of the ramp and does his traditional taunt. He then smiles. No, he doesn't describe what the taunt is. We're just to know what Echo typically does when he's at the top of the ramp. He then smiles and continues his way down towards the ring. He slaps hands with the fans as he walks down the aisle. He gets to the ring and slides underneath the bottom rope. He climbs the turnbuckle and taunts once more. He steps down and walks over to the timekeeper, whom is holding a microphone in his hand. Echo grabs it and thanks the timekeeper. Echo walks to the center of the ring and motions for the guys in the back to cut his music. His music goes off instantly as he wastes no time in talking. Echo. Yo, fans, what's up? Long time no see, eh? Well, I didn't mean to just disappear on all you fans, but on July 12th, you'll be able to see why I was gone. I appeared on the WFS version of Fear Factor, as well as Mr. Thursday Night, Death, Christian, and Rick Thunder. Also, you'll see me on VH1's I Love the 90s, as I make a guest appearance on that as well. But I'm back, I remember that show, but I'm back and ready for action. And while I was away, I was thinking to myself, hey, no one is currently holding the United States title. So I thought, why should it lie vacant when it could be around the waist of a true American, being the 4th of July and all? I thought I'd make an open challenge to whomever wants to compete for it, and I've heard some discussion in the backstage arena that Suicide Kid / whatever the hell he wants to call himself thinks he deserves a shot at the title. Who the hell does this punk think he is? I mean, he comes back to the WFS and joins the NWO. That's saying a lot there, numbnuts. Then you smarten up and drop the Gay Pride Committee. I've studied you and your background. You've been in and started a lot of the crappiest stables known to man. Which I might add, only lasts for a couple of weeks. Sounds like you should be a pretty obstacle to conquer, so what I'm basically saying is, alright punk, next Thursday, or whenever WFS opens back up, I guess this is like a pre-promo, so they don't know when they're going to wrestle again, but they know it's going to happen eventually. You and me, one-on-one for the United States Championship title. Get ready to lose, boy. Well, fans, sorry to cut it short, but I've got places to go, people to see. Happy 4th of July, peace, and God bless America. Echo's music blares throughout the arena once more. He drops the microphone and climbs the turnbuckles and taunts. The camera focus on him as he points to a big American flag hanging down from the ceiling. The cameras do a close-up on the American flag as the WFS takes another commercial break. Oh, we got the reply from Slash. Echo had a lot of not nice things to say, so let's see what happens. After the commercial break, the camera shows Slash sitting in his locker room and smirking to himself as he watches Echo make a fool out of himself. He turns to the camera and begins to speak. Slash. Ha ha ha, you fool you. Do you really understand who you are challenging? Well, let me ramble off some stuff. First ever BFA champion, US title holder for 4 weeks straight, 6-1 before I took my little break. And that just to name a few of my many accomplishments. Now you said that I started some of the crappiest stables ever. Well, maybe so, but I am solo now. I don't need no punks to back me up, and come Thursday, I am gonna smack you around the ring so much that you will just beg me to pin you. 'Cause I deserve the belt. Not some white Jay-Z wannabe. So I'll take your challenge, but I'll have you know it ain't gonna be the smartest challenge you ever made. And that's the bottom line, because Slash said so. It's like, that catchphrase kind of reminds me of somebody, I'm not sure who though. Slash shoves the cameraman out of the room, and the show goes to the commercial. I guess that was just a thing this time period. Like, there's a very high percentage of people who wanted to be wrestlers who just thought they could be a wrestler by imitating The Rock. I mean, I guess it worked for The Miz, but, you know, it didn't work for a lot of these people. Alright, we have the response now. Wait, it's Mr. Thursday Night coming in now. Scene starts as Slash ends his pointless rambling as he is about to step out of the ring. Step Up by Drowning Pool hits over the PA. Slash stops and steps back into the ring. MTN walks out from behind the curtain with a mic in hand. Slash is in the ring challenging him to come down. MTN just smiles and starts to laugh a little. He signals to cut the music, then the music stops. Thursday. Whoa. Simmer down, Crash, or Slash, or Kid, or Stone Cold, or wait, what is your name? Well, that doesn't matter right now. I was sitting backstage watching my buddy Echo out here, giving a very heartfelt promo, trying to make everyone have a happy 4th of July, then you come out and ruin the whole damn thing. I don't know if you have watched WFS while you were gone, but there were a few people you don't mess with here. And me and Echo are 2 of them. I listen to you talk about all your accomplishments. They are all nothing. You were the first BFA champion. Wow, big deal. Rick Thunder probably has been BFA champion before. Oh, and then you talk about your 6-1 streak last time you were here. Well, your first 6 matches were matches against losers like Drew Onyx. And then you had a real challenge. You faced me, and I kicked your ass. Then you got real cocky, got Dustin Jobber to be your tag team partner. You bragged about it backstage, and talked about how bad you and Dustin were going to kick Jericho and my ass. Well, the match came, and what happened? Dustin did kick some ass, but it wasn't mine, it was yours. Dustin and me then went on to become a force to be reckoned with. After that match, you tucked your tail between your legs and ran home. Since you lost twice, that makes your record 6-2, not 6-1. But then you talk, this guy's going to Scott Steiner territory now. But then you talk about your month-long streak as U.S. champ. Let's talk about my streak as U.S. champ. After I kicked your ass for that title, I became one of the longest-reigning champions. By now, you're probably asking yourself, what did I say that pissed MTN off? Well, I will tell you, this is a direct quote from you. I don't need no punks to back me up. Well, Flash, I'm not sure if you passed 3rd grade, but nevertheless, that is what you said. Well, since you are talking about Echo, I guess I'm the punk backing him up. I told you once before, if you step out of line, I'll finish you off for good, and it looks like you are well on your way to an early retirement. But then another thing you said is Echo is Jay-Z wannabe. Well, I heard Echo has Jay-Z for his music. I never really saw any other similarities. I mean, he never said Jigga. He doesn't have the same skin complexion. Hell, he doesn't even dress the same. But then after calling him a Jay-Z wannabe, you have the gall to end your promo saying, and that's the bottom line, because Slash said so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Haven't heard that 100 times before by someone by the name of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, I'm pretty sure I have. For someone who steals a catchphrase almost word for word, you have no room to be calling anyone a wannabe. So Slash, next time you pick a person to call a punk or pick a fight, you better know damn well who you are messing with, because I could end your career with a snap of my fingers. And right now I just realized that I called That's the Bottom Line the Rock's promo. The Rock's catchphrase, when we, it's Stone Cold's, but, it's kind of, those are both just like the phrases that got thrown around. Mr. Thursday Night snaps his fingers and drops the mic. He walks to the back with a smug look on his face, and Slash didn't like that nuns too much. Alright. Oh, this is an out of character now. Like, Slash... Alright, Slash got a little mad by that, so now he's posting out of character. Dude, he has John Cena as his character, hints, a black wannabe. And I have the same attire, and I use the same sayings as Stone Cold Steve Austin. 10-4, just wanted to get that out of the way. Oh, and the punks I'm referring to is all the other crappy staples I formed in the past, and now I don't need them because I am going solo. That's how you know someone got a big mad in roleplaying, when they gotta go out of character between the promos. Out of character. Dude, just because my character looks like John Cena, it doesn't mean that Echo is a wigger. Alright? So what's up? Are you some racist redneck or something? Just curious. Dude, it's all in character. Grow up and deal with it. Yo, Death, no offense, and with all due respect, blow me. Haha, just messing with you there, old Deafy boy. I was just giving Suicide Kid / or whatever the hell he's calling himself now, A-Days shit, no hard feelings. Dudes, it's all in character. Out of character, you need to forgive each other for what you said to each other. Like I always say, forgive and forget, unless it's part of the story. Wink. Seen it before, we'll see it again. Yawn. See what again, C-Money? People taking things out of context and second nature. Oh, man. Yes, that's pretty dope that, their fucking RPs got each other actually fucking mad at each other. I get the impression that's gonna be a thing that happens here. Let's see, were there results though? Did we see the results here? The whole effing show. E-Fed Fantasy. Alright, the results. Locker room. Alright. I have a feeling we won't know about what became of these events. That was July of 2004. Brawl for all. Come on, you didn't date your results. Alright, what I'm curious about, and I guess those posts are old and not there at the current moment. Might have to go back further in time to find who were. Oh, yeah, let's look back at the Hole of Shame. Thanks for the sub, Pixel Shift. Oh yeah, the roleplay board of this Federation on Angelfire. It wasn't there, so we had to go to the Internet Archive. All right, Hole of Shame. Cass, Chris Jericho wannabe, and AJ Styles. Let's see how far back. All right, so AJ Styles got added to the Hole of Shame. We'll have to like be in this time period. Alright, here's how it looked here. So now we're going back in the day. We're in like the early 2000s of this roleplay board. You got any Cass? You got any Chris Jericho? Any AJ Styles? I'm gonna find the Spicy Boys who got kicked out and put in the Hall of Shame. Yeah, that's like the rough thing about navigating this kind of shit. Might not find it. No AJ. Oh, Chris Jericho. I don't know if. Alright. What I want to look for is like spicy Chris Jericho. Looking for replies from the press and shit like that. I don't know. Unless this is another Chris Jericho. Let's see, when was that? 2000. Alright, so this is March 2002. Where we got, let's what up, Service Ghost and Fujo YT. Alright, Hall of Shame. I'm really curious to see what these guys did to get kicked out of the Federation. Alright, so it's a different Chris Jericho we're looking at here. Alright, if the kicked out Jericho was around, he'd be over here, I think. Yeah, damn. Chris Jericho. We got a good look at how their actual role plays went. Now I'm curious about. Take a look at the out of character. Wait. Oh, and in need of talented wrestlers like these. Okay, out of character roleplay board. Star Wars. A lot of people just testing. Edge is testing constantly. Alright, this board got abandoned. Yeah, they gotta find some broads for the board. Oh, this is just like testing codes and shit. Oh, here we go. WFS owner Reed from KWR owner. Hey, I don't mean to interfere with the WFS, but I have a challenge for the WFS owner. I'm willing to take on WFS. Basically, I want my top 5 wrestlers versus WFS's top 5 wrestlers. Winner of that match would control the companies and wrestlers, so what you think? Let me know by emailing me. Thank you, KWR owner. Hell, a match like that would bring me out of retirement, because there's no damn way I'll let it fall into anyone else's hands. You're not the only one. Be careful, we may come out of the woodwork for that match. Uh-oh, the band's getting back together. I hope that the owner of WFS does not accept because I already have my guys set. I don't know if the owner will ever come back. Sorry, but it doesn't take this long to fix a computer. Here's another... Oh, so this is after that computer guy had it left. Here's another Fed that me, Death, not sure, Mr. Thursday Night, Echo, Stevie Blaze from the WFS are going right now. Not trying to be a punk, but this Fed has been closed for over 3 months. Let's see if there's anything good there. I say me, Death, Echo versus Rick versus your 4. I'm pretty sure the WFS is going to be down for a while. All we need is a site to roleplay at, and I'm pretty sure you got yourself a match. Just an idea. Well, wouldn't a better WFS team be Death, Will Westbrook, Alright, now they're just like going to the teams. Alright. The Badass Wrestling Federation. Here we go. This is where all the action... I gotta put my glasses on. My eyes are starting to get, like, shitty looking at these. Alright. Let's take a look at the Badass Wrestling Federation. Picking up where the WFS left off. Welcome to the Badass Wrestling Federation homepage. Here, you'll find all the latest news and happenings in BWF. Feel free to peruse the bio pages for the superstars, and be sure to check out the BWF Diva site, BWF Bombshells. If you have any questions or suggestions for the site, please send your feedback to CEO Stephanie McMahon or President Trish Stratus. Thanks for looking around our site, and we hope you decide to join us. Disclaimer, please note that we have no connection to WWE and thank them for inspiring us to roleplay. Alright. How do I join the Badass Wrestling Federation? Alright. There's just very basic information. Oh, wait, what? Is it using the same role-playing board? Oh no, that's just I guess there's no actual roleplay board there. Thanks to the sub, Bastard Streams. Refused land. Alright, let's... I feel like we've exhausted this path of federations. Let's find some new companies. Whole effing show. Thank you for the memories. Okay. CZW EFED. I'm trying to think, what kind of things could I look for that'll give us the best cringy role plays? Like, who... I guess maybe a thing. I feel like looking up extreme wrestling, like anything like edgy or some shit like that, will get us like the most like a Mountain Dew infused role plays. Extreme Hardcore Wrestling Federation. Written by President Slick Mick in July 12th, 2001. Damn, this dude wrote a fucking novel. Oh, okay. For starters, we'll start with the stabbing / knife on a pole match. This was the first shudder moment for the EHWF. Wes and Hack look back on it fondly, but frankly, it was as dumb as anything done by WWF in the mid-90s. And believe me, that's saying something. One of them, Butch, presumably, got stabbed repeatedly. So I'm laughing, but like that's like something that like New Jack actually did to somebody. Hell yeah. Alright, now we got the role plays where people are fucking stabbing each other in the ring. How about Pure Evil? Remember that guy? He came in using HTML and stuff that wowed us. Then he started getting revealed as a creep. I don't remember all the details, but he cussed us out and got fired before his character was tortured in our hands. The freak was never heard from again. Yeah, happy Hanabi. New Jack really was an E-Fed character, but in real life. 10-5-99. Enough said about that already. Moving right along from the CWF days. I'm sure all the ex-CWFites will remember my brilliant creation. DeAndre the Giant. A lot of... Yes, you read that correctly. A lot of people have asked me how it got started. Here's the story. An African-American friend of mine, Anthony Lil Thames, remarked to me in the library one day something to the effect of, "Man, wrestling's racist, do you know it? Example, Andre the Giant. Why couldn't there have been a DeAndre the Giant?" Then he proceeded to describe this man to me. I, being the E-fedding genius I thought I was, decided to create DeAndre as a joke. A 7'7", 450-pound black man with a rather large afro. Think O.J. Simpson in Naked Gun 33 1/3. His finisher? The Grill Buster. His catchphrase? "I'm gonna bust you in the grill." Thames' favorite catchphrase to use at school. It was a pretty funny joke, but a joke nonetheless, and a mark on my name. DeAndre the Giant, fellas. Rest in peace. Alright. Craig might kill me for this, but I have to mention a retarded moment from the first PPV of the new EHWF Apocalypse. In the Hell in a Cell match between TTB and Blade, TTB delivers a freaking DDT off the cell and through a table, and both guys survived and finished the match. He's gotten outstanding at results writing. Better than me on several recent occasions, but back then. What's crazy is that he described that as the most unthinkable crazy shit that would happen, and then I'm thinking in my head of the fucking Zandig bump off the fucking rooftop into the parking lot that's like 1,000,000 times worse than that in fucking real life. There's so much worse shit that's happened in actual wrestling. The shooting of Michael Mole. This was one of the most angering roleplays I've ever read. Matt Frank, a guy I know decently well via AIM, buddy of mine, decided to take liberties with a character I created, Michael Mole. Remember now, all EHWF roleplays are shown on fake cable TV. So Tank drives Michael Mole to the middle of the desert, lets him out of the car, and shoots him in the head, killing him. National television. The sheer stupidity is mind-boggling, and if it hadn't been Tank, he would have been fired. So in the diegesis of this role-playing world, a guy drives a wrestler who, mind you now, in like the world of role-playing wrestling, you gotta get permission from other people to use their wrestlers. Kind of not too different from how in actual wrestling both guys would have a storyline they're working together with. But this guy just takes a guy into the middle of the desert, shoots another wrestler, kills him on TV, and he's like, "Oh man, I really want to fire you, but you're you. I just gotta. Who else but Tank?" Misa kills his father. Yes, another death on national television. The story went that Misa's grandfather... where did I get grandfather from? The story went that Misa's father disapproved... Thank you for the bits, Insane Mal. The story went that Misa's father disapproved of him being a wrestler and was a drunk, so Misa did the only logical thing, killed him on television. Another incredibly stupid situation. Yeah, Retro Gaming Dev, that Zandig bump is crazy. There's actually, this, what's the guy's fucking name on, Twitter? I think it's like Gakdal or something like that. He's making a deathmatch wrestling game that I think he has, like, some renders of that bump up right now. The resurrection of Alex Strife. This caused a big OOC fight with me and Hunter against Take and Mock. They felt it was great. Hunter and I felt it was stupid. See, Alex Strife committed suicide, supposedly. A few months later, he returned mysteriously and waged a war with Exodus over his soul. To Mock's credit, he's one of the best role players we've ever had, and he pulled this off better than anybody else could have. It's just that I think it was a little overboard for a fake wrestling promotion. The Chess Master. The single biggest flop I've ever come up with. Just going off the name, I can 100% see the Chess Master being an actual character in a local indie fed. The single biggest flop I've ever come up with. This thing crashed faster than a TWA flight. Okay, the premise is that a mysterious figure is controlling the EHWF wrestlers like a chess piece. Every time the shadow is seen, he moves another piece on the chessboard. Let me give you a little information though. This angle was hugely successful in my pre-EHWF Fed, the IPWF. It was big, the biggest angle in the Fed at one point. But the EHWF version didn't work. I hinted at the Chess Master in every show and every pay-per-view. Indeed, at either Hotter Than Hell or Rampage, can't remember which, the Chess Master left chess pieces laying in a pool of blood. My main problem was that I picked the former Mike Fuller, ex-Sack, to be the main piece in this puzzle. As Steady Eddie Douglas, the Chess Master's apprentice, He did all of 3 roleplays and wrestled no matches. The reason this angle failed was that I was stupid enough to trust an entire angle on the shoulders of John X. Zach McDonald. But I'm not bitter or anything. Cass Asanova's big. I wonder if that's the same Cass that got the Hall of Shame in the other one. So, you know, I want to look at more edgy boy shit. I thought we got past the got through like the edgiest points of this federation. News and rumors. Page okay. They have a magazine. I guess they don't have a magazine. Superstar. Oh, that one was on Geos. Oh, this is like that would happen sometimes. Like you would run up on you would run out of space on your Angelfire website, so you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make a GeoCities account and fucking combine the sites, spread them out across all these different free servers. See, is there anything else that's left on? Oh, here we go. Tag teams on Angelfire. The Pumpkins, Slechtwag, Arsenal and Travis Eden. No stables. All right, let's see if we can get the role play for this one in the archive. Come on, sportsonly.com. 2013. I'm not feeling too confident about it. Yeah. F for the Extreme Hardcore Wrestling Federation's roleplay board. Alright. Extreme. What else we got? Extreme. What's another good edgy 90s word? Uncensored. Williams Wrestling Tapes, Malak's Wrestling List. There's just a bunch of wrestling tape reviews. I feel like, alright. I feel like any like ECW related fed will have like the edgiest role plays. So let's do New Jack. No, this is like, let's try Sandman. Now these are all yeah, hardcore wrestling might be a good one. So these are all, there we go, Hardcore Wrestling Federation. We have many different hardcore wrestling federations. This one is from 1998 though, so I'm feeling this one. This Saturday's card really stunk. Only the Cannonball Cliff Hall was worth the $7. Hardcore Wrestling Federation official webpage. Last updated Monday, November 30th, 1998. Let me just make sure this is making it all the way. Yeah, this is getting cut off a little bit. Let me make it fit. The HWF is the Hardcore Wrestling Federation. We are located out of Evansville, Indiana, and run cards every Saturday at the Hardcore Arena behind Joe Mama's Pizza on Green River Road, north of Morgan Avenue, starting at 7:30. We have had major stars such as Downtown Bruno, in parentheses Harvey Whippleman, Salvatore Sincere, Tom Brandy, Paul Diamond, Tracy Smothers, Bill Dundee, Doug Gilbert, Tommy Rich, Bull Payne, Mike Samples, American Kickboxer, Ian Rotten, Ox Harley, Madman Pondo, etc., most of whom are listed in the PWI 500. Tickets are $7, but I would rather spend the money to have someone stab me than watch most of this shit. I mean, where did TCW come from? Little kids wrestling men? That is the lamest shit I've seen. At least get guys with size and talent on the mic to make it more believable. And the booker is the champ. Ain't that a weird coincidence? Holy shit, I can't believe I spent money to watch that place. Here's the card for Saturday. Training information. The HWF training school is a 15-week school where you pay $300 down, $1,000 overall, and is held every Saturday before wrestling at the Hardcore Arena. If you think you have what it takes to be a wrestler, referee, or manager, talk to promoter Mark Vance sometime before or after a show, and he can give you any information you need. One last thing, Rudy is the only one who is any good at what he does. Sorry, Dan, had to do it. Alright, I think this is where we're going to get to the meet the wrestler profiles. Yeah, alright, I can already see where we're going here. Kansas City Rough Rider Cody, featured in the April 15th HWF program. Hometown, Salina, Kansas. Birthday, blah 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 blah. They all have, you know what it is? They all have, it's the quotes and the favorites, the little details. Those are where we get to the real meat of them. So we got Kansas City Rough Rider Cody, favorite food, 20-ounce porterhouse steak. You can quote me on this. Come down to watch the original Cowboy from Hell. Madman Pondo, favorite sport besides wrestling, Jello wrestling, secret talents, sex. You can quote me on this. I wrestle for no man, I wrestle for no woman, I wrestle for no child, I wrestle for beer. I feel like they've done a good job of making it seem like an actual, just real life shitty wrestling promotion. But I think it's safe to say that this is a role player, not an actual organization that existed. What up, Mook and Baby Seal Fur Mittens? Ashley Hudson, 226 pounds, twisted steel, sex appeal. If I was any tougher, I'd rust. JT Harley, builds Harleys, rides with outlaws, loves women. Why he decided to join the Ice Age. I was smarter than a lot of the sleaze competition. And they have a tactical teenage crappy wrestlers. Alright, maybe the title program information. Thanks, Tony from Brooklyn. Alright, I feel like there wasn't much to that one. Hardcore Wrestling Federation. Oh, here we go. HWF. Hardcore Parental Advisory Extreme Wrestling. As bad as it gets. And we got the GIF explosions. Hey, guys. Prez Prodigy here. I'm sorry the Fed has been dying lately, but that's a theme here. It's like every site we're gonna find, it's just about them talking about how the Fed's dying. Hey guys, Prez Prodigy here. I'm sorry the Fed has been dying lately, but it's the end of the school year and I've been really busy. I'm starting to update some more, and starting next week when school's out, I'll be updating at least once a day. So try and keep this Fed alive. I know Kevman is doing all he can, and so is Parental Advisory. Trust me guys, I'll pay you back. I posted the Sunday results. Let's start role-playing for Wednesday. We can finally have a good card right now. I'll be sure to get the results every event on time. Alright. Rules, contracts, roster. See what I was hoping for here. Like sometimes they have drawings of the characters. The Board of Trustees is empty. Championship belts. Alright, roleplay board. Alright, those are very. It seems like those ones are very just kind of a list of moves type cards. Let's see if we can find anything in the roleplay board from the archive. Oh, roleplay board's dead. Wrestling fans against censorship. I feel like that one is probably a regular website. Yeah, that's just the wrestling fans against censorship. Hardcore. I don't think I might just like look just plain ass wrestling fed, see what we get. E-Fed maybe. Because there were a lot of them like that got a lot of results. We didn't really go through all of them yet. What's an E-Fed? You're asking, right? An E-Fed is an online wrestling league. Depending on the Fed, you pick a real-world wrestler or create your own, blah, blah, blah. You have 2004, don't have a list here. Extreme Hardcore. Try that, Professor Sad. Extreme Hardcore Wrestling Federation. Oh, that's the one we were at before. Oh, these are actual wrestling promotions, I think. Yeah, oh, it corrected it. Yeah, let's like do it that way. Extreme Hardcore Wrestling. The real reason God invented hardcore. Hell yeah. We got the Chiller font. Oh no, I can't like select that. Here we go. Chiller font. That's how you know it's gonna be a good one. The real reason God invented hardcore. 7/23, 119. Updated last on January 24th, 2002. Updates, man. It's been a hell of a long time since I last posted on here. It's mainly my fault. After last summer, my backyard wrestling promotion fell completely apart. You could expect more posts and updates on this damn thing as the XHW is getting started back up. But I've been thinking about changing the name to PHWF. I don't know what that stands for, but it's PHWF. Pretty Hardcore Wrestling Federation. Also, I plan to do some rearranging of the site. Maybe a new design to start the new era. First card is tomorrow night. Expect some results or something. Plus title changes in more than a year. It's going to be a great comeback. And we got Backyard Champion, X-File, Primetime Champion Zero, The Punisher, and Vacant. Reigning Supreme over here. Alright, let's take a look at the roster. Not a lot going on here in this roster. What kind of pictures would they have? No pictures. That's the kind of pictures they have. Oh, Extreme Sacrifice. It's just a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. Alright, Hellbent 2002. Damn. Not like going here. Ultimate Federation Elite. Alright, we have Extreme Allied Wrestling and Hardcore Wrestling Corp. Extreme Allied Wrestling revolves around being fair to all wrestlers. That's not... Fairness isn't extreme. Everyone in the XAW gets a chance to hold a title if they want. What is it? You get like participation trophy championships? Everyone in the XAW gets a chance to hold a title if they want it. XAW just added the US belt to its championships. With angles switching up all the time to create a fresh feel, XAW has managed to stay alive even through a partial staff change. We are known as extreme, sadistic, evil, but no matter how hard they try to knock us down, we will always be around. Owned by Matt Monty. And I guess they're pals, the Hardcore Wrestling Corp. Enter the Age of Brutality. Most hardcore fed around, where men fight women and everyone bleeds. A fed like no other. A place where dark creatures enter the ring, and myth and legends face off. A creature e-fed, or both, human and other. Made to give a new spin of wrestling. So it's like Kaiju Big Battle, but hardcore. Owned by Tiger St. Germain. I'm kind of feeling what we're going to get at Hardcore Wrestling Corp more, but I also feel like it's not going to work. Oh, it worked! Hardcore Corp. I think was that the StarCraft font? Alright, Pittsburgh, PA, at the Melvin Arena, August 19th. They have fake advertisements on their shit too. Present Delirium, presented by World of Warcraft. Check your local listings. TSO versus Hands. Petra versus Beowulf. Damon versus Jared. Alright, the rule. Alright. Original wrestlers only. No Rock, no Hogan, no Triple H. Get the picture. It's okay to very loosely base your wrestler on a real wrestler, but try for some originality. Also, management reserves the right to reject any wrestler they feel is too closely based on real-life wrestlers. Don't bring a character in only to take it out again. Make sure the character you bring in is one you want to play for some time. It is okay to play more than one wrestling character, but no one person may have more than 3. Alright. I just want to see how extreme this can get. Office, single application, Newbies, please, everyone check the board. Pay-per-view. That's what happened at Chaos. Alright, here's what happened at Chaos. Oh, this is like not... I mean, it's old, but it's not as old as the other ones. This is 2008. Chicago, Illinois, the Old State Arena. Breaking Me Down plays in the background of various pieces footage. Redhorn is shown walking from a wooded area toward the camera. The footage then flips to 4 men flying from the front doors of a bar, followed by Enforcer and Draven, both carrying an unconscious form under their arms. Looking at one another, Draven and Enforcer smiled, hurled the bodies ahead, walking forward, and the camera switches again. This time, it shows a packed club, strobe lights flickering intermittently in the room, and millions of people dancing to some unheard music. I don't think you understand how many people, millions of people is. Before the door flies open, and Hans Kummen steps through, again walking toward the camera, only to have the camera switch. This time it shows a packed arena, and in the middle, a cage housing Damon Lancaster and some unknown other man. A quick kick, and Damon Lancaster steps from the cage and toward the camera. The camera switches again, this time to show a darkened alley. No activity trumpets this scene, until abruptly a foot lands on the ground in the halo of light. The camera sweeping up to show Jared Dillon walking off toward the camera. The final scene is of Petra DeBow walking from a movie set towards the camera. And then everything goes black and silent. The camera's doing more shit than the wrestlers are doing, showing all 7 combatants in what seems to be a dark and dimly lit ring, simultaneously with the line, "Just let it go." All hell breaks loose, and, through the chorus, the brawl continues. Following the chorus, an errant chair sails from out of nowhere, catching the unseen cameraman and knocking him to the ground. As the camera falls, it lands facing a second chair with the word "Chaos" written in what seems to be blood. Eddie, welcome to Chaos. Travis, holy shit, I could barely hear you, Daniels. This crowd is insane. The camera then panned over to the crowd, who, when they realized they were on camera, cheered louder. And why not, Travis? We have one hell of a card here tonight. For once in your miserable life, I agree with you. Won't happen again, I can assure you. Folks, tonight we're going to see Jared Dillon and Redhorn face off against... None of this is like as extreme as I was hoping. Well, let me scan this for extremeness. Full set. Jesus Christ, Illuminati, that's a shit ton of bits. Thanks for that. Alright. Fucking chaos kind of wasn't as chaotic as I had hoped. I wanted some extreme storytelling. Illuminati coming with the drive-by massive cash drops. The flex, I appreciate it. Alright. Oh, of course the Angelfire Zod doesn't work. See, alright, so HWC, I feel, was all talk. I feel like XAW, they're a little bit more understated. Maybe they'll have some real extreme fuck shit going on. Alright, this one's from like 2004. It's a little bit older. My homepage. Oh, so we got this one from like the very beginning. I guess they just never made this one. What up, Karen? Please, is Tay? Yo, you're fucking going off tonight, Illuminati. What the hell? Thank you for 200 bucks. Jesus Christ. That was very fitting of the fucking, the Ric Flair that came up. Holy shit. Yo. Alright, good night, Illuminati. Oh, you're the fucking floor mirror. I forgot about that. Oh, shit. Alright, extreme hardcore wrestling. I think this is an actual wrestling federation. All Extreme, what a hell... Oh, I don't think it was. Never mind. Because I don't think, real wrestling federations have I mean, they definitely would have Comic Sans in 2002. Yeah, like something about this federation isn't, it just looks off. It's the Comic Sans, the fucking welcome to my dad's homepage little Taco Bell background. Alright, Extreme Southern Wrestling Federation. All Extreme. What a hell of a show it was. All Extreme was earlier today, and it was some of the most extreme brawls I've ever saw in my 6 years with ESWF. The full results... Thank you for the sub, Van Drenth. The full results are up on the pay-per-views page, so check it out. And I'll also get out the awesome All Extreme picture gallery, with is up now with a few select pics from All Extreme. I gotta see the pics from All Extreme. All Extreme Revengeful Thought King of... Oh wait, this is a Backyard Wrestling Federation. Jason Vengeance faces Chris Gore. King Tater slams McPotts. All the pictures, it look like it's someone just like laying people down on the ground. Alright, Brandon Fury interferes to ensure he won't have an opponent at Flowtown Hardcore. Yo. Brandon, this is like shot on like a fucking Game Boy camera. Holy shit. This they have backyard wrestling on the side of a friggin' road. Cars driving by and this guy's just like getting plywood smacked on him. Later, MK Icon. M Shredder, the white shirt, blue pants, Wrestling Federation. Alright, so these people have quite a few events. Alright, so this was All Extreme Revengeful Thought, King of Extreme 2002. Videos of the great event will be available for purchase on May 7th, 2002 for only... period. Thanks for the host, Zachy Puss. Alright, so this was... that was All Extreme Revengeful Thoughts. Oh my god, yes. The Spring Break Massacre. BPG Entertainment, in association with Envistera Digital, present Brother vs. Brother. Brandon Fury faces Wesley Fury. And Wesley Fury, he's got like those fucking early 2000s. I went to CVS and got like, not even CVS, I went to like the grocery store and gelled my hair into my face. Veteran versus veteran. Wayne Rogers versus Yellow Jacket. Look at that. Look at that crop job. Holy shit. TV14 DSLV plus more surprises. Yo, Art. Flyman Demon picks up Melon with leg strength and his fucking butt cheeks are hanging out, I guess. Wait, I gotta analyze what's going on in this picture here. So alright, so the Flyman Demon, who's the guy on the ground, because he picks up Melsu with leg strength, so he's like grabbing him with his arm as he lays on the ground. Holy shit. Alright, Melson with a chair. They have like their grandmother's sofa getting thrown into, and a 3D from Brandon to... It's not a 3D if it's just one guy doing it. It's a 3D. Fucking Brandon tossed into the fucking lazy boy. 3D from Brandon. It's the Diamond Cutter or fucking RKO. If you do it by yourself. Alright, March 2nd, 2002 Anarchy. ESWF. March 2nd, 2002, Florence, Alabama. That's the veteran, Wesley Fury. Oh no, that's the brother from before. Wesley Fury's on the ground. Wesley Fury's enraged. Fury goes into a board. Yellow Jacket on the ground. What's dope about this is that they definitely went to like the drugstore and had these pictures developed and scanned them to put on the website. We have Fred Durst here, Brandon Fury and Jason Vendish on the Suzaki 600. Fury goes into the fire. Damn, alright. Heartbreak 2002 is the last one. When will the highlight of this be on YouTube? It depends. I send these over to Biodegradable to edit. So it depends on when he gets it together. He works really fast though, so... We'll see. See, I feel like all this stuff, it really needs the video. But, I guess it said never had it for sale. Oh, they got a new home. extremeswf.cjb.net. Alright. I'm going to copy so I feel like it's not going to work. Didn't work. See, that's making me want to go into backyard wrestling threads now, but I feel like backyard wrestling might be another episode we could do. Alright. Oh, we got the flame trim here. Welcome to the ESWF, the Extreme Southern Wrestling Federation. Now it's more suitable to wrestling. ESWF Winter War. Thanksgiving Mayhem 2004 has come and gone, and now we are on the road to ESWF Winter War 2004. The war to settle the score. December 19th. Click to enter the ESWF. Click here to enter. Oh, they got the frames now. We're moving into the future. TSW, the Rebellion. Now we got a lot of stuff going on here. Nabwa is now the TS. Wait, how do we become? Wait, so we have the ESWF, just Tri-State Wrestling, which is a Rebellion promo, and Nabwa is now the TSW. This is Tri-State Wrestling. Welcome to the site and TSW. The TSW Reborn results are now posted in the results page. The TSW Rebellion promo is posted above, so go check it out. TSW presents a Tuesday night special on December 3rd, 2002, with already announced Chris Gore versus American Fat Ass, and more to be announced. All right, let's take a look at the Rebellion promo. I wonder if that was a video. Oh, no, it's a video that's just gone. Fuck. You know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to see maybe the direct link works. Ah. Damn, I wish we could have just that file. Damn, that's... Yeah, I'm just gonna like TSW Rebellion promo. Maybe. Rest. Yeah, that shit's gone. They have videos, though. Maybe one of these will work. It's rare that you'll find something like this that works, but sometimes. What up, Tekker FIFA? Actually, wait. This is what I'm gonna do because, like, it's still on Angelfire, right? So, Pimpadish's single clips, King of Hardcore highlight clips. Pimpadish's wins the extreme. Damn, gone. Brandon Fury, So Far Away music video. Oh, what? Okay, that one downloaded. This one fucking downloaded. Alright, now I'm gonna have to, like... It's a music video. Alright, I got some grainy ass footage here. Holy shit. No, it works. I'm just, yeah. I think I have VLC on here. Because it opened up with Windows Media Player. And it's like, it's not showing up on the window. Actually, I have all these ads here. Wait, why won't the media window, the media player? It's a WMV. It's opening up, but it's just like it's not the media player like opening instance won't show. On OBS, that is. See, I could do it as a media file on here, but then I won't be able to hear it. Actually, if I'm totally fucking honest, it doesn't matter because it's like a fucking song that's gonna be playing. So I'll just do it as a media file. Oh wait, is it like some kind of strike if I put it on there. I should probably just like mute it so I can have the commentary over here. Holy shit. Oh, so they did kind of like build themselves like a little bit of a makeshift ring here, huh? The guy fell into a road sign that they stole. Yo, he wait. Oh my god, I can't go back on this. Because it's just in there. The guy like tried to do like a ninja jump on the side of the fucking sign, just kind of slid down. Yo. Is that a bed? Is he literally throwing him on a fucking mattress? Oh my, yeah, it's a devastating choke slam onto the mattress. The dude just like fell on the other dude. Yo, this wrestling federation brought to you by track fans at fucking Models. This is was that a tree stump? That editing, I don't know if that was an edit or the camera just fucked up. Now they said, fuck it, we're just gonna leave the lazy boy in the living room. Not even gonna bring it out into the yard to use the weapon. Living room deathmatch with the air conditioner in the background. Brandon Fury. What's happening, Brandon Fury? Is that the end of it? Oh no, this Friday, July 4th, 2003. Something's carnage. Yeah, I think a MIDI file will be what it takes to bring this. Copyright 2003. Means this is fair use. I'm not infringing their copyright. Hell yeah, Pimpadacious. We just totally like relived the highlight of somebody's life right there. Alright, that one's definitely going on Twitter like right after this too. So everyone could see what they missed out on. Wait, pictures they got there. Pimpadacious. Oh, you said pictures of like broken pictures and like some random 90s girls. That's how girls looked in the 90s, fellas. Alright, Extreme Southern Wrestling Federation. It had like other wrestling videos. This one unless there's even more of them, because like this one didn't work. The King of Hardcore highlight clips didn't work, and Pimpadacious winning. Everything else is coming soon, I guess. Alright. Coming events. Matches. Matches with a Z. ESWF Extreme New Year's 2005. Live Saturday, January 1st, 2005. The first event of 2005. Let's look at the profiles. I was hoping we would like have like a little bit about them, so we learn who these people are. Alright, let's dig up one more Fed and call it. Just think you. Oh, I thought you were like telling me a thing to check. Alright, what's another good wrestling word? Hardcore, extreme. You know, let's look at best eFed. See what the best one is. Extreme Wrestling Alliance, greatest eFed. Oh yeah, the chiller font. It's gonna be a good one. The Extreme Wrestling Alliance. EWA's first card will take place when we get enough members to join and have enough wrestlers. You may begin making RPs as soon as your wrestlers have been approved and you have been confirmed their creation. So they never really got started, but they were gonna happen. Let's see how far they got. We got 15th. Welcome once again. They're gonna start accepting Wrestler applications in December. The bios page got updated. They got a little bit of people in there. Back to the 15th. They got their own domain name. The forums are working. Alright. Who do they get? Who do they sign up? But first, let's look at the rules. Oh, yeah. No need to look at all that. Do these guys have bios? Hell yeah. Alright. The Ruthless Morbus. Hometown Purgatory. He's 7'2". Build muscular. Finisher, Soul Sucker Slam. Thanks for the host, Beer Man. Signature move, Clothesline from Hell. Wrestling style, Giant Powerhouse Grappler. Alignment neutral. Background. A very dark man always wears a hood and cape. Little is known about this man except he is just a powerhouse, and for his size he has amazing speed. Very methodical. Appearance. very much like the Grim Reaper. Entrance attire, black cape with hood, carries a sickle in his right hand, black boots with buckles, wrestling attire, black leather pants with the words greed on the right leg, pestilence on the left leg, no shirt, black elbow pads, black boots. Past accomplishments, none. Billy Blank. Like the fucking Tybo guy? Nickname, Beautiful. He's a high-flying brawler with a love machine, aka chinlock devlock submission. Reverse top rope Frankensteiner. Beautiful. Like he's not just beautiful, he's full with 2 L's of beauty. Background. Blanks was born in Philadelphia. He was just a normal soccer player / wrestler in high school before a modeling company hired him, like they put him up, elevated him to become a professional model, posing in all the famous magazines. After a few years, he gained an attitude and decided to go back to sports. Professional wrestling was just for him, and he plans to pivot here in the AWA. Favorite quotes, too many to list. Can't give us one though, just you don't gotta tell us all, just one of them. It's too many. Appearance. Blanks comes to the ring wearing flashy pants and no shirt, exposing his muscular chest for the ladies. No men allowed to look. His longer blonde hair helps bring the ladies flocking his way as well. Past accomplishments. Billy Blanks is a 2-time former World Tag Team Champion and a former Triumvirate Champion. King Cobra. Oh no, excuse me, this is Freight Train Sean Foley. Sean Foley, with his track jumper, which is a vertical suplex into a pile driver, and his triple belly-to-belly suplex is a brawler powerhouse wrestler. Born and raised in Reading, Pennsylvania, alongside the railroad and coal mining industry, Sean Foley grew to be a large man. After his father was killed in an accident at work, Sean found himself in fights for the extra money he needed to bring up his mother, 5 brothers, and 1 sister. 8 years later, he was known around the world for being one of the most dangerous men alive. Now he's here in the EWA with the best competition, proving that he's the best. Most wrestlers look at him as the man to beat. Favorite quotes. This train don't stop for nobody. It just runs right through them. Appearance. Freight Train comes to the ring in a pair of overalls and a matching hat. There's no shirt to accompany the overalls, revealing his massive chest. Long, thick, brown hair with a matching beard. In his casual clothes, this man is usually seen wearing a pair of jeans and a tight t-shirt. Past accomplishments. Foley is a former 5-time International Wrestling Champion, former World Tag Team Champion, former Hardcore Champion, former Triumvirate Champion, and also a former World Heavyweight Champion. He only recorded 5 losses to date, and is also the leader of the Ultimate Alliance, one of the most powerful stables in the EWA. How do you have a stable when there's only 3 people in the whole company? There's like more staff than regular. Oh, they made their characters in fucking No Mercy here. Oh, what? Televised interview. Oh, we can have a televised interview here. Damn, this one's pretty barren. Want to find another one. The EFED guide. Alright. I feel like this might be a good conclusion to it. The official EFED guide from the hall. So, you want to start an EFED? You think you have what it takes? Well, after reading this, we hope to have you better prepared for your shot at running an EFED. At any time on the internet, there could be well over 2,000 EFEDs in existence. That's a lot of competition, but to make yours stand out, you'll need that little something. And of course, the basics. A good webpage design, on-time results, good staff, and a good roster of talent. Of course, it takes time to do all of this. Myself, I have ran a number of e-feds. This is like actually informational, not what I was hoping for. Oh, you see that Something Awful fed. Oh, the Something Awful thread has some good stuff here. Alright, the official wrestling sleaze list. That one is a whole can of worms itself. But the unofficial Raven fan club. The official online home of Raven. The pick above is from ECW's Invasion on Raw a few years back. That was actually really cool when that happened. I was a fan of that, because, like, I had, like, a vague notion of ECW, and you see them all out there interfering with, the more sanitary at the time WWE, WWF. Our site will be updated on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from now on, unless something major occurs. I'd like to say on behalf of Laura, Mike, and myself, congratulations to you, Raven, on becoming WWF's Hardcore Champion for the second time. You deserved it. Chattanooga, Tennessee, on December 22nd of 2000 to February 25th, 2001, and his current reign, as of the writing of this website, Albany, New York, March 19th, 2001. Let's see here. I feel like the best things that will come out of this will be from people talking about how awesome Raven is or something. Alright, here we go. Top 10 signs. Top 10 signs you have been watching Raven too long. Your neighbors call the police because they think you have died. What? I guess because you're spending so much time watching Raven that, you know, I don't know that he had so much TV time that it could cause this problem, but... Number 9. In your science class, you grab a chair and level your teacher. 8. Before every wrestling program, you create Raven signs. You create Raven signs in your house and chant Raven, Raven throughout the entire show. All the letters in your alphabet cereal spell Raven. The only thing in your wardrobe is ripped jeans and a black leather coat. You won't walk into a room without your entrance music. A message appears on the TV that says, "Do you have a life?" The electric company turns off your electric from non-payment watching Raven tape so long, and you hook your TV and VCR to a generator. 2. You build an elaborate colonnaded shrine and put your Raven action fig on the altar. 1. All the months on your calendar are marked with 2 words in big letters. Watch Raven. Yeah, this is definitely, wait. Wait, it has the actual Raven poem by Edgar Allan Poe here. It's just a collection of Raven stuff. See, the real treasures that I'm looking for here are like a babbling dumb shit. Here's the most low-effort DX site I've seen in a while, and I've seen many DX websites. DX, the unofficial D-Generation X page, presented by Karate Fighters. Welcome to the G-Generation homepage. I will be changing things a lot, so come back often. By the way, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. If you have any if you have any questions, comments, or suggestion, email me. Do not click on the email address at the bottom of the page. It will not work. Just click on the link above and send me email. Please do not link any pictures of DX's music. I will change DX's music file name. This page is like half threats to the people who might be looking at the website. Click a name, see some pictures. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. That is definitely him. China. I'm glad that wasn't a risky click. You know what? I fuck with this webpage because there's no pictures of X-Pac. Badass. Road Dogg, they're just like, I can't be fucking bothered to put up pictures of X-Pac, Billy Gunn, or Road Dogg. Generation X guest book. Let's view the guest book. Is the guest book archived? Ah, F for the guest book. Oh, so it's just broken. It's just broken. The the official. Oh no, it really is the official Shawn Michaels webpage. Wait, boy, what would the official Shawn Michaels webpage have even looked like? I feel like that's something that would be archived. We're gonna see some good old-fashioned web design. Oh, this is definitely not by the real Shawn Michaels. Hey, let me see if we have one with the pictures working. So this is a fan-made site about Shawn Michaels. Claimed, alright, it went away at this point. Oh, it's literally just one page here. And then it links to WF. Alright, hey everybody. Now that the big WrestleMania weekend is over and done with, it's time to get down to business with this site. I did indeed meet Shawn at WWF Access and asked him about the site. It wasn't the best situation possible because people were pushing to get his autograph and I didn't have much time to speak with them. I asked him about the site and he basically said that he didn't know anything about it. I then spoke with Jim Monsees from WWF.com and he told me that he's still waiting to hear from the WWF legal department to find out if the WWF is going to be involved with this site. So once again, I'm in the position of not knowing what to do. As each day goes by, I'm more and more doubtful that the WWF is going to have anything to do with the site, especially after what happened over the WM weekend. Andy is not in Texas yet, but should be soon. I'm sorry that there has been so much confusion on this site. Please be patient as I am trying to be patient and wait to hear from the WWF. This was kind of the thing too, like people weren't, there's two things happening, like people like are making sites like this, like think there's like a massive audience they're speaking to, and then also they are not having the foresight to lock down websites for certain people, so you just have, wait, where was it? DX rules, alright. The official Steve Austin page. What was SteveAustin.com like? Maybe this will be a good exit point. SteveAustin.com. I feel like it might, if we go back this far, it might not have to do with wrestling. Oh no. Click here for SteveAustin.com news. Welcome to SteveAustin.com. Thank you for the cheers, Mothman J. 300. Appreciate it. The sole purpose of this site is to provide the largest resource of information for the millions of Stone Cold Steve Austin fans all around the world and pay tribute to the greatest wrestler of all time and your WWF champion. Alright. His incredible rise to fame is nothing short of miraculous. His incredible fan popularity has as much to do with his overwhelming charisma as it does his great wrestling skill. But to get to the true heart of what makes us love the man they call Stone Cold so much, we have to look much deeper. Alright, this is kind of just a list of his accomplishments. Let's see what they had to write about him. Alright, I guess they didn't complete the fan pages part. Let's learn about the person who made this. Welcome friends, my name is Bishop and I would like to thank you for taking the time to browse through SteveAustin.com. It is Smart Mark's goal to create the largest and most comprehensive wrestling community on the internet. This wrestling alliance would result in sites where wrestling fans can go and find any information about any wrestler all in one location. Raven and I have set this dream in motion with the launch of SteveAustin.com, the first site of many. In our minds, there is no other place to start but with the greatest wrestling personality ever, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The more we watched him, the more we knew he had something special. Every word that came from his mouth was unlike anything we'd ever heard. The way he talked, the way he walked, and especially the way he stunned everyone in sight. We knew we must make a site for his fans to enjoy. SteveAustin.com is a place where you could all come, talk, and learn about what makes up Stone Cold. I guess that's pretty interesting. It's just, you had this time period where people were locking down wrestler sites to make fan pages about him. Alright, all these parts are unfinished. As many of you already know, a SteveAustin.com admin was chosen to interview Stone Cold on MTV's Fanatic show. For those of you who would like to read what really happened behind the scenes, please feel free to read the SteveAustin.com's an interview for MTV's Fanatic. Austin in Boston. For those of you who saw me interview Steve Austin on MTV's Fanatic, I hope you are as angry as I am. What happened? Apparently MTV thinks the Spice Girls are much more interesting than Stone Cold, so 99% of the stuff we taped ended up on the editing room floor. The whole show surrounded the Spice Girls and devoted but a few mere minutes to Austin. Needless to say, I am very disappointed in how MTV decided to edit the show. I wanted you folks to get to see what a cool guy Steve really is. Instead, the whole bit was dumbed down for the regular MTV viewers. I hope you will all join me in protest and stop watching that dumbass station. Won't be hard for me, since I never watch the mundane garbage they have on there anyhow. MTV sucks, and in my opinion, so do the jackasses who make the decisions. The crazy part is, these jackasses at MTV knew absolutely nothing about wrestling, so when the time came to find Stone Cold's biggest fan, they had to look up on the internet who Steve Austin was. They had no clue who he was. So when they typed in Steve Austin, my webpage came up. SteveAustin.com is the sole reason I was ever approached. It was because of my dedication to this site that they picked me to go meet Austin. So it leads me to wonder why they never once mentioned the webpage. They shot footage of me talking in detail about what this page is and what it means. In the interview, I even offered to give this domain to Stone Cold if he wanted it, yet they cut the whole thing out. These are the geniuses at MTV. With idiots like this, it's no wonder the youth of the world are as they are. Now, many of you are probably saying to yourselves, why doesn't this guy just be happy MTV took him to meet Stone Cold and leave it at that? Well, I am happy they took me, but I would be just as ignorant as they are if I did not express my outrage. Somehow, I can't help but believe Eric Bischoff is involved here somewhere. Anyhow, enough ranting. I'm going to finish the last part of the story so you people can get at least some idea of what the real interview was like. It was a great experience, and if you haven't already done so, I invite you to read all 3 parts and see what the shoot was really like. Anyone who wants to copy and post this elsewhere has permission to do so. All we ask is that you please give credit to SteveAustin.com. One final note. A lot of the links on the site aren't working because we are moving to an ultra cool shockwave format, which should be up soon. That means everything that came after this is fucking gone. All the other web pages, I promise, won't be far behind. Enjoy the story. Alright, so this is the entire, the rundown of what happened. Hi folks, glad you dropped by. My name is Dusty, or some of you may know me by my pen name, Mike Bishop. Fair warning, this is a long yet what I feel an interesting story about how I was chosen as the MTV Steve Austin fanatic. Thanks for the sub, my hand in my play. And the events that took place. It was a 2-day shoot, so this report will be a bit lengthy, so bear with me. First off, as the webmaster for SteveAustin.com, I was an obvious choice to get picked. After talking to the fine folks at MTV, I realized they had no clue who Steve Austin was. They only knew that he was a wrestler. They didn't even know he was the champ, just to let you know what I was up against. So, when they got on the internet and typed in Steve Austin, my site came up and they emailed me about being on the show. Of course, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to be on MTV and interview my idol Steve Austin and make a jackass of myself in front of millions, so I agreed to be on the show. Now, no matter what I say about the MTV people, I'd like to say first off, they were very nice. Everyone I had dealings with was polite and helpful and all seemed moderately intelligent. With that said, the whole thing was nothing like I had imagined. First came their big surprise. They showed up in a limo, told me I was picked, and whisked me away to meet Stone Cold. I have to admit, I was surprised to agree when they showed up at my father-in-law's car dealership, where I was having a CD player installed, and placed me in... What? They fucking, did MTV send, ninjas to kidnap this guy? I'm starting to doubt little elements of this story. How did they know he was at the car dealership? On the other hand, I wasn't nearly as shocked as they probably would have you believe, simply because by the time all this had actually taken place, I had sent them 3 videotapes of myself, given them my social security number, and had talked to them several dozen times over the telephone. I was pretty sure I was going to get picked. The only question was where and when. Another problem with the surprise was the fact that I had read on the internet that the Fanatics interview would be shot on Friday, July 10th. So being the rational human I am, I knew if they were going to pick me up and fly me to Boston, which was the location the internet suggested it would be, I knew it would have to be that Thursday. Therefore, the when was narrowed down, the who was fairly certain, and the where was a gimme. So when they popped around the corner and stuck the cameras in my face, what you'll see on tape is more initial nervousness than surprise. I learned a lot about TV in the 2-day shoot. For one, there is no such thing as pure, spontaneous television. I knew I was in for a hard time when they showed up, rushed me into the limo, yelled "cut," made me get back out of the limo, and then filmed the limo driving away 24 times over the next hour. But even having to wait out in the 99-degree weather didn't bother me. I was psyched to meet Stone Cold. My adrenaline was high and I was floating on air, but by the time I got to bed the next morning, I was having big doubts about what I had gotten myself into. Let me set things straight. For the most part, they would ask me a question and I would answer it, so the words were my own. The problem lies with the fact that after I would answer it, they would ask it again and make me repeat it as they got a different camera angle. In fact, I answered every question at least 25 times on the limo ride to the airport, so a lot of acting goes into making yourself seem genuine and excited. Then they filmed everything. They filmed us in the limo, walking into the airport, checking into the airport, walking through the metal detectors, getting on the plane, flying on the plane, getting off the plane, getting our bags, getting onto the shuttle, entering the hotel lobby, checking in the hotel, getting on and off the elevator, entering our room, unpacking, sleeping, the whole 9 yards. And they filmed every one of those things no less than 10 times, each from every angle they could think of. By the time we were done shooting the first day, it was 7:30 a.m. I had been forced to perform on film for 17 hours straight. My throat felt like I had swallowed sand and my mind was no longer thinking clearly. I hate to say this, but I began to doubt whether I wanted to meet Steve bad enough. I began to doubt if I had what it took, but I love wrestling, and I will do whatever it takes to get closer to it, so with that knowledge fully in mind, I shut my eye to get 4 hours sleep before shooting resumed the next day. The next thing I remember was someone flashing a light in my face. When I opened my eyes again, it was 4 hours later, and once again someone was shoving a camera in my face. They asked me how I felt. Unfortunately, I couldn't say I feel like I shot 17 hours of footage yesterday and only got 4 hours of sleep. I managed to belt out an acceptable answer through my sleep-depraved mind. I psyched myself up, I knew the day would be long, but in the end, my dream of meeting Stone Cold would be fulfilled and everything would be alright. Now I know this is running a bit long, but I feel it is my duty to paint you the clearest picture of the entire event as I can. So, I'd like to describe the filming crew for you. The thing that struck me as the funniest was that everyone was so young. There were 4 guys who were with me the whole time. Matt, 25, the project coordinator, he took care of reservations and such. Marshall, 26, the freelance photographer, he was very cool the whole time. And Jack, 24, the producer, he was the last guy that picked me for the show. Apparently his job when we were filming was to ask me lots and lots of questions. Last, there was Neville, 28, the director. Now, when MTV sends a bunch of young guys out to shoot a show called Fanatics, you'd think you were in for a real freak show, right? Wrong. These guys all looked like young college kids. They were all very clean-cut and casually dressed. After looking at these guys, it made me wonder how MTV ever got to be the freak show it's become. So anyway, the second day started, and the directors asked me how I would feel about shaving my head for the camera. So, as the true fanatic... Oh, I get it, because they want him to, look like Stone Cold. Alright. So, as the true fanatic I am, I lathered up and shaved my head bald, which was a short trip since my hair was buzzed anyway. Finally, after a few hours of shooting, we got in a different limo and headed towards the Fleet Center. My limo driver, Steve, had driven Austin and McMahon to the arm wrestling competition where Austin tossed Vince in the water. He said Austin was very nice, but cursed a lot in person. Now I'm curious. Steve Austin, MTV Fanatic. Is this around? Videos. Is there images of it at least? MTV Music Awards. We got that. Videos. Damn, I don't think that one's popping up. Alright. See what we got in part 2. That's a lot of shit here. There's another 4th part. Oh, the 4th, it dies at part 4. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that, we don't have the 4th part. That we don't have the actual, Fanatic footage to look at. Jesus Christ. Austin in Boston. Yeah, I'm skimming through it now. He's telling every little detail of every single person he saw. After the limo driver picked me up from the hotel, which they shot several times, they drove the hotel to pick up the second camera crew. I want to get to his actual meeting with Stone Cold, because now he's alright. So he's telling his I asked him if he knew Stone Cold, and of course he did. It's people telling him what they think of Stone Cold. Wait, NYX, there's a video where he talks about it and shows footage. Let me see. Thanks for the sub, Mr. Skirpentine. I mean, I'm sure Stone Cold is nice. Wait, Nix, did you find the video where he talks about it and shows footage? Oh, I meant not. Did I say sub? I meant thanks for the host. All right. I just really want to see the interview Yeah, link that in the chat. I'll let it pop through. I mean, Stone Cold seems like the type of dude. It won't. Shit, it's like fucking eating it up, huh? You can like message it to me. See, wait, what was the guy's name? Bishop? Later, Dead God. Alright. Shit. Fanatic. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Oh, I see. Vidly. Alright, here we go. I was an MTV reality. Wait, is this literally it actually is Cult of Dusty that this. What the fuck? Wait, I thought you guys were joking when you said it's Cult of Dusty. Holy shit. Alright, let me switch my thing over. I was an MTV reality monkey. Yeah, I thought you guys were bullshitting when you were saying it's Cult of Dusty. Because I guess because in my head I'm like reading Bishop and I thought Dusty for some reason. Okay. Oh wait, the sound's not coming through? Shit. Oh, that's right, I had desktop audio muted. Alright, let's do that again. I was an MTV reality.
Hey guys, what's up? Dusty Smith here. How you doing? Several of you guys have messaged me already and said, "Man, you look really familiar. Where have we seen you before?" And there's a couple possibilities. One, you might have seen me here. This is my book. Let me get a good shot of it. That's there's my pretty face. This is me from about a decade ago. This is my book called Seven Deadly Sins. Now, right away, you might be seeing that this says Michael Bishop across the top. Michael Bishop, which is my pen name. It's a pen name I used. And the reason I used the pen name is because for some reason I thought that nobody would buy a book from a guy named Dusty Smith. I don't know why I thought that. I mean, Dusty Smith is a fucking kick-ass name. But, I was an idiot back then. I was young and dumb, and I didn't know any better. And I thought, hey, Michael Bishop, that's a kick-ass name, man. People will love that. People will buy a book from a guy named Michael Bishop. Well, it turns out there was already a pretty well-known author by the name of Michael Bishop who had put out a lot of books before me. And needless to say, he wasn't that happy when I put out a book under the name Michael Bishop. And I got quite a few complaints from the guy, but luckily I trademarked using Michael Bishop in works of fiction.
This is the most random
you can
shit.
Much trademark anything, so I trademarked that to cover my ass legally. And he never sued me and came after me legally, so I got away with it. So anyway, some of you might know me from this, but more likely some of you probably know me because I was a very short-lived MTV reality star. And no, this is not a joke. I'm going to show you actual footage of this to show you that this actually happened. But well before the Jersey Shore was even a thought in somebody's mind, I was a star on one of MTV's very first reality shows. Now, unfortunately, I can't really show you too much footage from it because I don't really own the footage. It's an MTV
he actually did
show,
shave his head
they're going to use lots
to look
and
like
lots
Stone
of
Cold.
mainstream music. And if I show you anything that has any mainstream music in it whatsoever, YouTube's going to pull this video, so I can't do that. But I do have a few clips I can show you, and I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to set up this clip. In this particular episode, I had shaved my head for this episode, and I'm going to go meet Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and Mick Foley and a whole bunch of other wrestlers and do an interview with them. So I think right here I'm about to threaten Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm about to threaten to hit him in the head with this belt. So let me play that.
All right. I always want to touch the belt. I'm not going to hit you in the head with it. This is it, man. Well, this thing's heavy. We made a bench press this thing.
All right, that's it. That's all I can show you. I don't really want to get into this.
Look how fucking stoked he is too to like watch it again, dude. You can see the big smirk come across.
MTV's very first reality stars, and working for MTV was a really unique experience. I mean, everywhere you went, you got limousines and first class. It was really cool. But the real reason I did it, the real reason I even agreed to go on there to begin with, was because I had made a deal with the producers that they would advertise my book on the show if I went on and did the show. So I did it. I went on there and I did the show to promote my book. And in the end, they kind of screwed me out of it. I mean, they did promote the book a little bit, but they only showed like a really small, quick blurb on the bottom of the screen. So it didn't really do shit for me. So in that respect, it was kind of a disappointment going on there. But you know, getting seen by millions and millions of people on national television, it has its perks. So it wasn't a complete wash. I mean, I had a good time and had a really good experience overall from it. One thing you guys might want to know, what I thought was interesting, is that reality shows, there's very little reality involved. I mean, everything we shot, every scene, we shot over and over and over again. If anything at all interesting happened, they made us back up and reshoot it again and again, or if we said something that was cool or funny, they made us reshoot it from multiple angles. And if I had to guess, I would say they shot about 12 hours of footage for every 15 minutes of reality show that you actually saw. Anyway, I don't know if any of you guys remember that show or not, but I was on it.
Damn, alright.
Maybe some of you saw it. Maybe that'll jog your memory about where you've seen me before. I was an MTV reality show slut. And now I'm a YouTube slut. I'm not
Alright, so this was uploaded on February or March 2010 originally. What was this written? Wait, so Dusty was... He went from being like the moderator of... not the moderator, the fucking owner of SteveAustin.com to being a YouTube guy. 1998. So that happened 12 years before that. Jesus Christ, that's so fucking random. Oh, no, I'm clicking on the thing here.
not sure if that's better or worse. I guess that's for you to decide. I'm Dusty Smith, and for all my many, many, many YouTube friends out there, until next time, Logic.
That 100% is the dude who, you know, just went on a big epic rant on SteveAustin.com about, like, why the Spice Girls are dumbass shit. Holy fuck, how did we wind up watching ancient Dusty videos from looking at wrestling feds? Jesus Christ. Alright, let me get back to SteveAustin.com. Wait, son. Wait, so I'm like, wait, let me bring that page back, the All About Me page. Now, like, with this knowledge in mind, let's look at the All About Me page once again. Michael Bishop. But wait, yeah, it's like, that's Dusty, the atheist dude. That's that Dusty. Dusty Smith, YouTube atheist, skeptic, philosopher guy, owner of SteveAustin.com back in the 90s. switch the page back. SteveAustin.com. My name is Bishop. I would like to thank you for taking the time to browse through SteveAustin.com. It is Smart Mark's goal. Oh, we already read this before. I need to look at it again with that knowledge in mind that this is all that what we're looking at here is like the work of Cult of Dusty, the ultimate Stone Cold superfan from '98. That's some wild. I don't think I can top this discovery right now. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on the stream. Let me see. Let me see where I could send you guys right now. My throat's starting to get kind of cooked too, so it's probably a good place to call it. Boom. Well, actually, the boogie's on right now. Let me show you guys the boogie. Boogie actually rated me like way back in the day when I used to stream Friday the 13th and I had like 5 people watching. Alright guys, thanks for this. It was a very interesting stream. Peace out.